Number 17. The table shows the exponential relationship between the number of years x since Hana started training in pole vault and the estimated height h of x in meters of her best pole vault for that year. Which of the following functions best represents this relationship where x is less than or equal to 4? All right, truth here, none of this matters. None of that matters. Which of the following, actually this little which, I should have left the which there. So which of the following functions best represents this relationship? Which of these functions represents this chart? The fact that it's Hana and it has to do with her pole vault training doesn't mean a thing. It's just extra verbiage to confuse you. Okay, all we want to know is we've got these values. We have x and we have h of x. We have an input and an output. We put a number in, we do math, we get an output. When we put 0 into this equation, whatever it is, we get 1.23. When we put 2 in, we get 1.54. And when we put 4 in, boop, we get 1.94. Which of these equations is it? Now, if you look at each of these equations, you will see that they differ in the numbers, but they all have this x on the outside. That is all the same on all of them. We have 2 of them that have this 1.12 out in front, and then we have 2 of them that have 1.23, and then all 4 of them are different in the second number, but that x is the same. So what I would do, what I would start with, I would not try to create an equation from this. That, I think, takes too much time in this case. Especially because we got this 0. This is a magic 0. Because this 0 is going to go in for x. Anytime you have an exponent of 0, it turns the number into 1. So, 50 to the power of 0 is going to be 1. 2 to the power of 0 is 1. 3.754 to the power of 0 is 1. So in every single case over here, when I put 0 in for x, it's going to get rid of this decimal that's inside the parentheses. Because the first one, it's going to be 0.23 to the power of x is 1. 1.23 to the power of x is 1, etc., etc. So it basically gets rid of these. It's just going to be 1. So then it's 1.12 times 1. That's 1.12. This one, same thing. 1.12 times 1, 1.12. And then the last two are both going to be 1.23. Well, what does our chart say? Our chart says when we put 0 in, we get 1.23. So I already know A and B are out. Just by doing that little sort of, wait, when I put 0 in, that's going to get rid of those fractions. I don't have to do all this multiplication. I've already eliminated 2 of my answers. And because of that, I clean this all up and say nope to A and nope to B. Boop. Now I only have to check C and D. So I'm going to pick my second one because this is going to be different, right? And actually, we don't even have to do the math. I will do the math, but then I'll show you another little shortcut why we don't have to do this math. Math first, because sometimes, the answer is not going to be nice and right in front of us logically. We will need to do it mathematically. Let's put 2 into C. 1.23 times 0.12 to the power of 2. I'm putting my 2 in for x. And when I multiply 1.23 times 0.12 squared, because I'm not doing that by hand, I multiply that in my calculator, because I'm not doing it by hand, I get 0.0177. I'm not going to write the rest. So no, I do not get 1.54. C is out. D is my answer. And if I'm unsure about that, and I have the time, absolutely, I can plug it in there and do that math. 1.23 times 1.12 to the power of my x is 2. 1.12 times 1.12 times 1.23. Ding, ding, ding. I get 1.54. Confirmed. D is my answer. Now, when I said I don't actually have to do that math, I don't have to do that multiplication, here is why. If you take 0.12 and you square it or cube it or put it to the power of 4, any of those, it's going to get anything bigger than 1 into the power of 1, it's going to get smaller. It's a decimal that's less than 1 multiplied by itself. It's just going to keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It's 12/100ths of 12/100ths of 12/100ths. It's tinier, tinier, tinier chunks. So that tiny, tiny, tiny chunk times 1.223, it's going to bring it down. 1.54 is greater than 1.23. So it cannot be this decimal that's less than 1. This right here, 1.12, it has to be it because I know it's going to go up from 1.23 to get to 1.54. And then it goes up again to 1.94. If I keep multiplying by 0.12, 12/100ths again and again, that number's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And that's not what's happening here. It's going up, which is why I said I don't actually have to even type anything into my calculator. This is the kind of thing where if you only know how to use your calculator, it can cost you time. I say this again and again, and everyone's like, why should I learn this when I have a calculator? I understand that. But I promise you there are times when it's faster. And this is one of those times. So as opposed to, taking each one and going through and going 1.12 times 0.23 to the power of 0. Did it work? No. Next one. Doing that's time you don't have to spend. Just go, wait a minute. If that's 0 on the end, these all become 1. All right, so now A and B are out because it's 1.12 times 1. C and D, wait a minute. It's going to go up. It needs to get bigger. If I multiply it by that, it's going to get smaller. It has to be D. You're done. You move on. And you didn't even have to multiply anything. So that's my little soapbox rant for the day about why it's good to learn how to do the math by hand. Because you are smarter than a calculator. You can do this, and the calculator is a tool you can use, but you are the brains. And when we use it judiciously, we can get it done faster, and then you have more time to work on the problems that give you more trouble. All right. That is how you do that one. And D is my answer. If you were in a situation too where you didn't have that handy dandy little 0, you could type all of these into your graphing calculator and kind of see what their values are at 0, 2, and 4. That is another way. For this particular problem, that would have taken more time. There's other versions of the similar problem where it would take less time. That's why practice is good, so then we know. Hey guys, this video was helpful or useful in any way. Please feel free to let the algorithm know about it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, even buy me a coffee if you're so inclined. Links for that down below as well. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. See you later. Bye.